Happy Monday, legends. Happy Monday. How are we doing? Sound check. Check, check, check. Check. Rude Crypto Boy, my man. I know that Rude Crypto Boy is in a very, very interesting long position. Brother, I am waiting for you. Well, here I am, my man. Here I am. Great. Pulled off a few scalp shorts over the weekend. My man. Guys, this price action, I mean, as far as swing trading goes, pretty shocking. Pretty shocking. What's up, Legend Archie? 33 Ethereum. Let's get it. Hey, Legends. Smashing Ali. Hello, Legend. Good evening. Hey, guys. Good evening from the Philippines. Mike. Shavam Rocking. Good morning. Good morning. Gemma Gov. Hello. Grigor. Grigor's back. Grigor took a little break, it seems. What's up, Legends? What is up? What is up, Cali Compiler? Good morning, Legends. Start of a new week. Let's go. And there are some interesting levels. I told you guys, especially in the community, it's time to put the scalping hat on, because I am genuinely thinking that what we could get is very, very similar to what occurred in 2018, which, if you're unfamiliar with, was basically just us chopping around, wrecking anyone that was overly aggressive. What's up, fellas? Oil is up. Hype long is printing, says Big Huggies. Gregor says, I had an offsite in Serbia with the team. My man. Morning, sir. Hello from Thailand. Hello, everyone. Ethereum says, did I give the first like? I don't know if on YouTube I'm actually able to view that. Anyone know if I can check who gave the first like? I just gave an update within the community, guys. I'm interested if we push up here for a short. Now that might sound counterintuitive because we talked about it, or the title says short squeeze incoming, and I actually think that some shorts can get squeezed out. But if we're playing the local time frame here, we're getting a nice push up, start of the new week. We're looking for new opportunities in this market. Stream liked on the way in. Money dude, my man. Hello from Taiwan. Chell's story. Archers says I'm the 25th like. My man. All right. All right. Money dude, my man. If you haven't already, destroy that like button. If you're not in the community, what are you doing? Because I think that the market is going to hit a pivotal period, and we're going to have tons of opportunities ahead of us from a scalping perspective. Now, from a swing trading perspective, my positions have been exactly the same, guys. There's not much else to say. I'm still holding my big Bitcoin shorts. Let's pop this chat open while we're at it. Trula is back. The legend. Araz805 says, now sell or buy. Now sell or buy, says Araz. Hello, I am Indian boy. Dogecoin has a bullish divergence. In a Bitcoin long, stop loss 62,500. That's actually the first area that we talked about a long. I know Rude Boy Crypto actually entered a long at that zone. You must be up significantly at this point. Pretty solid stuff. Hey Matt, what's new, bro? Hope you had a nice weekend. Legends, I had a phenomenal weekend. I hope all of you guys had a great weekend. Spent time with friends, did a lot of physical activities, sports, tennis, football, gym, hanging out, coffee walks, all of it, all of it. Good morning, fellas. Good morning. What about Macron? Micron, I should say. Micron. Whew! What a pump. The thing with these kinds of assets, guys, if I'm looking for a short and we don't get the trigger, I simply don't take the trade. That's how it works. And I was actually looking for a short on Micron. Thankfully, I'm not in a short. Now, I think we have interesting levels for Bitcoin that I'd like to talk about in this update. We're also going to open up a few more charts. Put our glasses on, because it should be an exciting new week. Of course, we have to open up our higher time frame chart. The question is, do we still get that push up? Is it over? Is it over? Or can we squeeze a little bit higher? Good afternoon from Portugal. Massive short loading at 64.2. That's actually an interesting level for me as well. I talked about it within the community. Guys, Grigor, I appreciate you, my man. I love how you come back and you're immediately banning people. I appreciate you. This is absolutely a valid reason to have your chat removed. If you ask me for money, you're getting removed. It's not happening, guys. It's not happening. Because if I give one person money, I have to give everyone money. And that is simply impossible to do. Jessica, how's it going? Pants or shorts? What about Micron? Okay. I shorted hype on this local top. Interesting. Okay, I get it. I'll read the room better for next question. Smits, did you ask a question? Oh, sorry. My man, I didn't even see your question. But it's okay, yeah. It makes more sense if we're talking about these kinds of things to bring it up. But let's talk about it. Why not? With institution money all at the tops of Bitcoin, don't you think liquidity will be trapped there and alts either don't move or only once new all-time highs on Bitcoin? Would love your thoughts. Look, I don't like to be a doomer. I don't think that altcoins are done forever. I know a lot of people have officially given up on alts. I actually think that there's a little bit of hope. But I'm only really interested after Bitcoin has put in its macro bottom. And I still don't think that's the case. So to answer your question, there's only a couple of altcoins that I'm personally interested in to put my own hard-earned capital into. And I would be very, very selective. the rule of thumb in crypto is to always have most of your exposure, if you want exposure, not financial advice, of course, in Bitcoin. Some people complain because they're like, well, Bitcoin's too expensive. I want to make those gains. And if you can time the rotations, sure, go for it. But I'm someone that's serious and I don't have time to try to bounce in and out of different assets every 5 seconds. If that's your cup of tea, you're probably watching the wrong channel. So I think liquidity can continue to be trapped across the board. And speaking of trapped, in 2018, that's exactly what happened. So we've often made the comparison to 2018 and 2022. And I think that what we're seeing, like we've discussed for months now, is way more similar to 2020 to 2018, and I'll tell you why. First and foremost, you've heard this before, but we'll just repeat ourselves for the newcomers on the channel. Bitcoin dumped after creating that all-time high. We have that low at the beginning of the year. Then we have a relief rally, and then we sweep that low, and then we have the summer relief rally. We just sweep that low. We don't really go that much further. If we look at today's price action, same scenario, my friends. Bitcoin creates a big, significant low. We have the relief rally. We come back down and we just sweep those lows and have that little bit of summer relief rally. Now the question is, can this continue? Because we had the summer relief rally. Can it push higher? The answer is it actually can. But we took a long from the 2024 value area low. If you're in my community, you know of this already, but just giving you a quick recap, you can see here I entered a long on Bitcoin at $58,000. It was a great zone to go long on BTC. It was a great zone to go long, holding this swing trade, still holding, but the social risk is one of the most interesting things that I can point out. And if I can find it here, I must have it on a tab. In 2018, the social risk was down here, right at this point, which basically means no one's really paying attention to crypto. In 2022, we were almost at 0.5, which meant that there's still a lot of traders. The social risk also spiked going into that cycle bottom, and there's just overall more interest. Today, you can see that we're sitting at around 0.2, actually below that level, meaning it is far more similar to 2018 because we're just chopping around. No one's paying attention to crypto. Liquidity is getting built up on both sides of the map here. Look at the 6 month. Look at the 6 month. I think these longs do get wiped out, but I also think we could have a little bit of fun with the shorts. And right now, where Bitcoin is currently struggling is at that uptrending anchored VWAP. So right here, this line that you're seeing on the chart, we took a VWAP from the low of the bear market so far. And this is basically where we went long, but you can see that price has, this is not good for the bulls because price has proven to want to hold above the uptrending anchored VWAP multiple times in this range. Then we broke below, then we popped back up to the value area high, then we came back down, and right now at this moment, we are back testing it as resistance. I would like to see Bitcoin actually go up here. This is the zone that I highlighted in the community just minutes before I went on the live stream. This is very interesting. As you know, in the community, we took a short at $66,800, almost the most recent Pico top. I've been pretty good at timing these tops. And you can see here are the receipts. If I scroll down, Average entry, $66,800. I've realized around 15K on this trade, and we're sitting unrealized around 10. But I want to add to this position for a cheeky little scalp targeting 62. So if we get the move up there, I may add to this position and play the move to the downside. Let's see what we get here. Sup, big dog? Got used to the boss username. Hello, boss. Hello, everyone. Greetings from South Africa. Are you looking to short Pump and Chainlink? In the community, they seem like a good place for a drop. I actually am. Pump looks pretty interesting because if you take a look at this price action, what you'll notice is we could technically still be making a lower high here. So a rejection from the zone is actually possible. Link, I haven't really looked at that much, although it's been performing well if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it looks okay. I'd want to see the local liquidity as well. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Hey, Matt, how was your weekend? Guys, I played football. I played tennis. I probably only looked at Bitcoin twice over the weekend. One for my video update that I posted yesterday, and once on Saturday when I woke up. But that was it. That's the beauty of being a swing trader, guys. You enter these bigger favorable positions in the market. Like you can see my Bitcoin short, my Tau short position, which I'm still in. And you can just sit on your hands if you get that favorable price action, right? These trades start out as like a 1 to 3 risk to reward, 1 to 4 risk to reward, but then they develop into a 1 to 10, 1 to 20 risk to reward. So pretty damn epic to be able to sit in these positions. Guys, all of the trades that I'm currently in and any new trades that I take are always shared within my community. If you'd like to join, remember you do have the first link in the description down below. Just DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram to join my private group. And if you're already trading on Kraken or BTCC, we can transfer you under my referral. It is very, very easy to do, and you don't even have to create a new account. So assuming you're already trading on there, why wouldn't you join at that point, right? So now we wait and see. This is my zone, legends. This is my zone. And because I think we're going to get more choppy price action, I am keeping my scalp hat on. You guys know I'm a swing trader, but until we either resort to the upside or resolve to the upside or to the downside, what's the point of me like just looking for swings? We're nowhere near the range extremities. And the best opportunities in the market come from when you're at the top of a given range or the bottom of a given range. When you're in the dead center, it's time to put the scalping hat on. Stock market opens in 18 minutes. You know, we just keep on making these all-time highs. Should be a pretty interesting week. What if we get something like this? I think your mic has some strange feedback happening, bro. There's a constant hum which increases when you talk. Let me just see if it's the correct mic. Audio seems fine for me. Someone asked about SpaceX. Rhino Bull, I don't know if you're in the community, my man, but we have a lot of members that actually took advantage of the SpaceX price action. So if you're unfamiliar, and I'm also starting to look at some stocks, guys. All the exchanges that I talk about, the ones that I mainly use, like Bluffin, Weeks, BTCC, I mean Kraken, I think they also have the options for this. You're allowed to actually trade stocks. So I've actually been looking at things like SpaceX, and I'm going to talk about these newer stocks in the community as well, because you can take advantage of both sides of the market. Take a look at this. We're just going to give you a quick recap. Look at this, guys. Where did SpaceX get rejected from? We talked about this on stream. Right at its downtrending anchored VWAP from all-time highs. A lot of people say TA is bullshit, but tell me, how is this bullshit? It's no coincidence that we rejected right here. None. So now we're basically in a situation where if you take V low and V high, these anchored VWAPs, we're compressing between the two. I don't know if the local top is in, but all I know is that this was a great short entry. And if you caught the meat of this move, which we talked about in the community, it's a 9% move to the downside with leverage. That can be a lot. And I like trading bigger stocks because they're obviously highly liquid. Yeah, let's see. Like if this pushes up again and we start stalling out around here, I may look to actually enter a new short. But for now, there's nothing for me to do here because we're getting acceptance below this previous pivot at 143.3, and we've got rejected at the downtrending anchored VWAP. So really, nothing for me to do here. If you're already in a trade, some profits should have been taken, not financial advice, of course, and your stop is at break even. This is interesting to me because you can see right now, you guys, some of you were asking about the anchored VWAP. I like to take it from significant pivots in the markets, and check this out. Price respects these levels. So you go here on your trading view, you go anchored VWAP, grab the magnet, make sure you grab V low, and you just click it, and it'll automatically attach and take you to today's price action. And more locally, where are we currently getting rejected from? Check it out. Check that out. We're struggling to get those candle closes above. Yo, what we saying? Matt, check the mic. There's actually a humming noise. Is there actually a humming noise, guys? That's very, very frustrating, and I'm not sure what I can do about it. Considering the liquidity, isn't a move to 62K first more likely? It's possible, guys. It is totally possible. But this, you know, I think we get some kind of squeeze. And if we do make it there, then no stress, because here, you know what? I'm going to make it, again, as usual, audio is fine. Okay. Okay, perfect, guys. If audio is fine, audio is fine. I think that it's really nice to basically have this. 1 second, guys. So take a look at this. Someone said, isn't 62K more likely? Well, actually, you know what? Before I put this on the chart, Legends, I need to ask you, where am I looking to personally add to my long? I just want to know, because a lot of you do tune into the live streams often. A lot of you watch the video updates. Can anyone tell me what zone I'm looking to enter a little bit of a bigger long on Bitcoin? Even though I think we go lower this year, where do I think we're going to go for a good long? All right. Very, very nice. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Okay. Okay, we're all on the... Very nice. I was hoping that I would get some different answers, because if everyone... Now we're... What, are we just going to all take the long and then ride off into the sunset together? Let's see. But it is such a interesting zone. Right here. You guys got it right. This is what I'm looking at. Because not only is it the value area low, I'm going to give you a quick recap again. And good job, guys. I'm happy to see that you guys are paying attention. So not only is this the value area low, it's the golden pocket. It also coincides with most, not all, most of the downside liquidity. If we get a wick to sub 60 quickly, I'm in. I'm in. I would add to my existing long position that I took at 58. I've already taken profits from this trade, but that's very, very interesting for me. And that could actually be played as a potential swing trade, guys. But for now, all eyes on up here. Corwin, Matt, I agree with your thesis. But if you look at the highest cluster of liquidity, most of it is at around 62K. Can we front run it and go to the 66K again? Front run the liquidity to the downside. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Because, Corwin, the best zone for me is down here. But the second best zone, where I'm already planning an attempt, and we've talked about this in the community, the second best zone is actually a sweep of here. So that's like attempt number 1, attempt number 2. So yes, because you can come back down, you can pump up, and then you can come back down. I know it would be brutal, and as swing traders, it's not fun to talk about that kind of scenario, but got to put the scalping hat on. So Corwin, yes, if we do get a sweep here and then a reclaim, I am pretty interested as well. How do you decide your stop loss, Matt? So that's going to be interesting. Here's the thing. Because I'm fortunate enough now to be in active positions in this market, I can, how do I say this? I can play with the profits. So what this means is this trade, if I take it up here at the local liquidity cluster to the upside, the downtrending anchored VWAP, and the 200-week moving average right up here, I would take that trade on my BTCC account, where you can see I already have a short trade open from 66.8. So I would basically be compounding into this active position. Now I've already secured around 15K on this trade, and we have unrealized 10K. So it's a little bit different. I guess my scenario would be a little bit different than most of you that are looking to enter a brand new trade. Because if I enter here, it's highly likely that my average entry price is, depending on the size that I use, 1%, it's probably going to be up here. My average entry would be here, even if I enter the trade here. So to answer your question, it really depends how you want to play it. If you're expecting a rejection from this zone, then in reality stops would be above these two pivots here. Not financial advice, of course, but like around 64.5 above that level. And Legends, I've heard your feedback. I'm going to try to take a lot more live trades, a lot more live scalps. They're not going to be my big swings in this market. Those are basically reserved for my premium group members. But my ideal setup now is I'll talk about the scenarios that I'm looking for within my community. My community members that want to join the stream can, and maybe I'll take a couple of the scalps live. But if you want to know what I'm actually looking at and when I enter my big trades in the market, please remember I have a community where I can update you. Just DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram to join. It's very easy to join. I would highly recommend you join if you haven't already. There is no noise in my community. Lymph Pro, hi all. 62K looks juicy, especially on the 48-hour after the weekend retail scalps. Looks like the anchored VWAP is holding. Looks like the anchored VWAP is holding again. No, right now, Legends, I don't know which anchored VWAP you're taking, but we're currently getting rejected at the uptrending anchored VWAP from the bear market low so far. So this looks like a rejection to me. We are above the bull market support band on the 4-hour. Corwin, the bull market support band is all the way up here, man. The bull market support band is at almost 69K. I have shorted Trump, and it seems to be perpetually going down. So far, so good. What are your thoughts on Trump? I think that the Trump coin is a shit coin, right? I mean, you don't need a genius to tell you that, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say, guys, is I'm rarely interested in shorting a coin that's already down so much. Stock market is officially open, legends. We are open. I'm looking to take this on stream if we can get it, legends. Wow. Cheeky little sweep. I thought you were looking for a short once Micron hit 1K. Can you explain? Well, 1K is a psychological level. The first short that I was actually looking at on this one is if we were to get rejected from the downtrending anchored VWAP, which we clearly didn't, guys. This is a very, very common resistance support flip. Check it out. We break above, we come back down to test the VWAP, and then we pop above. I'm not interested anymore. It's as simple as that. You can see we get the reaction from these zones, but after a certain amount of time, if you get acceptance back above, this is actually a long trigger, not a short. And the reason I was looking at 1K is just because it's a psychological level right up here at this pivot, which we've swept so far. But at this point, not interested. Not interested, guys. All right, Bitcoin is pumping. Thanks, Matt. Rick Tai is long on Micron. DeFi Crypto Boss, a little late to the stream. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This channel is educational gold. Since following your TA, I've been shorting ADA since the local top, made well over 4 figures in profit right now. I know it's not much for most, but for me it's a big W. Semi, congratulations, man. And I'm happy I can provide you the analysis that you're looking for, the education that you're looking for. Awesome, man. Awesome. Olivier, my man. Hi, hello, Matsir in chat. Just hovering below all-time highs. But it seems like every week the stocks make new all-time highs, right? And some of you are frustrated because why Bitcoin doesn't do this. This is very, very normal in bear market years. Very, very normal, guys. No way! Pab Maria is in the house. Matsir Legend, thoughts on XRP? Do you guys really want my thoughts on XRP? Yeah, Amadeus is a notorious spammer. Yeah, Rick Tai, I do show my wins and losses. Legends, how many YouTubers, how many traders come online and say, hey guys, I lost $30,000. Hey guys, I lost this trade. I tell you guys when I lose. If you're in my group, everything is shared. Win, losses, everything, everything. But that's for you to decide if you'd like to join or not. Do I think gold, John asks, do I think gold can continue higher? Let's see. I mean, it looks pretty damn good, guys. We're now reclaiming the bull market support band. Hi, Matt. Have you checked the S&P 500? It took a hit on open to the downside. Yes, we did just check it, my man. Stocks are dumping. Bitcoin is kind of pumping. What's going on? What's going on? Trade verse 7. Trade verse 7 says, "Hi, Matt. How do you benefit from exchange affiliate?" Oh, no worries. I could talk about that too. So if you sign up with any of these affiliate exchange links down below, what happens is when you trade on a platform, you pay small fees to the exchange. The only difference is if you use the link that I provide in the description down below, not only do you get access to the community, not only do you get access to the Mind Pillar tools, which I use for a lot of my analysis on a day-by-day basis, but these exchanges also pay a small portion of the fees with me. So what that basically means is you're not paying more if you use the links down below. In fact, you probably pay less fees because of the VIP perks and things like that. But it's the exchanges themselves that will basically give me a tiny portion of the fee on a trade. I don't know why so many people are hesitant to share this, but I've been very transparent about it, and you can read the full disclaimer in the description down below. That gives you access to my community as well. So it's just a small way to support the channel. So if you appreciate the content and if you want to join the community, that's how you can join. You sign up with any of these links down below. Let's see if Bitcoin can push into our high confluence zone. Cali Compiler says, "There's not much more you can be transparent about. You have maxed out the trust meter all-time high. You're good to go." Thanks, my man. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Let's see if price can push up. Come on. Yeah, sometimes Mondays do a fake out. SpaceX is pumping, is it? Woof. We'll mark this out. Did you guys read CO Ken? Yes, I did indeed cover where I wanted to take a long. Did you guys read the Harvard thing that came out? Apparently 52% of their investment fund is allocated towards SpaceX. Check this out. Pretty insane, guys. Daniel says, "Matsir, not gonna lie, when I first found you, I really disagreed, but man, you are smart with the trades. I'm on board now." My man. My man. And that's all I can hope, right? There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with someone, right? But if I can help you out along the way with how I've been trading the market, then that's all I can really ask for. On the footprint chart, could you please explain how to read the bar statistics when price reaches a level of interest with regards to longs opening at the top and shorts? I want to do a tutorial on this one because I think it could be really helpful, but you can see that longs are jumping in here. With open interest coming down, we just about grazed the previous day value area high, and the previous day point of control was hit last night. I'll do it to get back to you, Compendium Golf. I will do a tutorial for you. Yes, my man, we did check gold. Right now, gold looks pretty damn good. If we can reclaim the bull market support bands, I mean, the sky's the limit. Hey mate, how come your anchored VWAP looks different from mine? I get 2 green lines and a blue middle line. And mine doesn't align with yours. Any special settings? That's a good question, because I'm pretty sure I set up my VWAPs a long time ago. Let me check. Let me check, Alejandro. Yeah, like I don't know if you could pause and check this out, but these are my settings. If you pause there, Alejandro, I think you'll be able to just, you can copy them if you want. But I take off the upper and lower anchor VWAP bands in my settings, because I find that like the band itself without those upper and lower limits is helpful enough. So we swept the high. Do you have any short plans today? Yes, I do. See that red box? That's where I'm interested in adding to my existing shorts. Is SpaceX pumping? Oh, wow. So I would suspect that SpaceX, even if we pump a little higher here, my thesis is that this zone is a tricky one to break through. Trying to now reclaim the downtrending anchored VWAP for Bitcoin, guys. This is a very, very important zone for Bitcoin. Breaking above here and holding would mean that we can push higher. Gold is flying. Hype is flying. We wicked above the previous all-time high, guys. There we go. Top into the downtrending anchored VWAP again. QC Porto, I agree, man. Like we could stay chopping around. My uptrending VWAP on Bitcoin doesn't look breached. My wicks on the 4-hour looks like they didn't break it. That's weird, man. My wicks on the 4-hour broke above multiple times. What chart are you using? Are you using the Bybit Perps chart, or is it a different one? Yeah, guys, for me, SpaceX, I must say, I'd like to get a bigger push here now. Because we have a lot of people that jumped into shorts. Profits should have been taken, maybe stopped out by now, assuming you didn't get in at the local top. And we look for new opportunities. I'd rather see this go above 150. Yeah, purchase media, my man. I'm using Bybit for my anchored VWAP. Bybit Perps chart on TradingView. I have just had the most success with that. Rhino Bull, the reason I'm not interested is because I think that the upside liquidity can be grabbed first. Wow. Time for a poll. What should we put the poll as? Hey Matt, what about Clarity Act? Will it pass or not? I'm not a fortune teller, but the odds suggest that it will not pass in 2026. I think we do lower time frame first, CO Ken. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting at 63.6. So let's do a $600 thing. So 64.2, which is actually where I would consider adding to my position, or 63K. Oops. How are we feeling today? Bearish or bullish? Hey Matt, where exactly did you take the 64.2K anchored VWAP? So this one was taken from the local top here at 66.8. That's where we went short within the community, guys, at 66.8. We basically perfectly caught the top in the community. You guys were asking about ETH. You said it from 2,450, so right here. It's always so funny going to my charts and then re-watching. See, we drew this out, that this was going to break down, but it's so funny, like, going back to the charts and seeing my horrific drawings. But let's see. So you said you took an anchored VWAP. Where is it now? From this high. Yeah. So right now we're struggling right below that anchored VWAP for ETH. SpaceX pumping, guys. Wait. Yeah, okay. But the thing with ETH is that it's actually been outperforming Bitcoin, guys. So like if you take a look at ETH Bitcoin with these phenomenal drawings, it's technically breaking out. Depends how you want to draw this, really. But right now, it's above its bull market support band. So this actually looks pretty promising for ETH. We were getting rejected, and now we ended up closing a couple of weeks above the bull market support band. Big push up. I want to see SpaceX above 150 now for me to enter. Personally. 153 would be great. I just don't know how far this can push, guys. Love your content, Metzger. Learning. Absolutely awesome. For hype, I want to see it push up a little bit higher. Hype has a lot of liquidity at 62, so I'm not interested in shorting this. We have a lot of local pivots here. That actually reminds me of what I wanted to show on ETH. Check this out. Big cluster up to 62. Go on, Bitcoin. Come on. Give me a push. Give me a push. Few $100s, please. Swept it. This price action, guys, where you're just barely making highs, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I enter earlier. Tricky, tricky stuff. Volume increased a little bit. I'm gonna wait this one out. The fact that we reclaim the uptrending anchored VWAP to me suggests that we can push higher. But it's very choppy. Like, look at this. Wicked above the level multiple times. Trula, will there be a relief rally also, as the August month is usually bullish? What about it will be? Interested in shorting the market or longing the range? I mean, if we go lower, I long. If we go higher, I short. It really is as simple as that, guys. And August is not usually bullish, guys. In bear market years, August is notoriously bearish. 13.88%. 9.22%. Even if you want to go all the way back to 2014 or something. 17% negative. That's not bullish. Legends, I am preparing my next trade. I talked about a couple of scenarios in the group. If you want to join my group and see how I've been trading the market, remember, you can DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram to join. It's where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. All the big trades that you see me in, these ones were taken live within the community. Hey Matt, how are you? Just joined the stream. Can you do a quick recap? Yeah, so that red box is where I'm looking to actually add to one of my existing shorts. I think that we're gonna see continued chop, my friends. I really do. I think we could see something like this, and this would be devastating if you're not a patient trader. Like genuinely, I think we could see something like this. And this, like this movement upwards could perhaps take out all of the short liquidity before rolling over. I think we chop a lot, guys. I really do. I warned you weeks ago that if this continues to be similar to 2018, the chop will only continue. Look what happened, guys. We got to put our scalping hats on until it's time for another addition to the short. That's over 4 months. 4 months of choppy price action in 2018. Over. Look at the end of 2022. I don't know why I would do that. Why end of 2022? That seems kind of random, no? End of 2022. Like here? Is this what you're saying? I think we're more around here than we are around here. Did someone say scalp? Yes, someone said scalp. Yes, sir. I actually like Link for a potential short if we can push up above 10. But I'll talk about that in the community as well. SpaceX. We wicked just above last week's high. UT Lord, it's funny to see your analysis match up with Mind Pillars. They go real deep and you're kind of like, this is what I see. Then they play out. Guys, everyone has their own trading strategy, right? And I'm actually very, very close friends with the Mind Pillar guys, Andy and Devolt. And oftentimes, if they're looking at Elliott wave counts and things like this, which is perfectly valid analysis, and I'm looking at something different with downtrending anchored VWAPs and point of controls on the volume profile on the higher time frames, it tends to match up. It tends to be very, very similar. That's why I like to say that your actual trading strategy doesn't matter as much as most people think. It's all about risk management. It really is, because you can have tons of different trading strategies all leading to the same thing. And it's about your execution and how much you're willing to risk and how much you protect your losses. If you can keep your losses at a minimum, then you're good to go. The next big drop will be around 77K to 80K range. Most people will think we will rocket after 77K. Then suddenly Bitcoin will eat all the longs. In my opinion, and I'm not a fortune teller, I don't think that Bitcoin makes it that high before dropping lower. I don't. Just my thoughts, guys. Legends, I really do like 64 too. I'd like to see a tap of that level. Agreed, risk management and execution is what matters most, not the analysis. Yeah, man. The amount the amount of people on X that will post 100 different scenarios and not actually trade it is baffling. What's the difference between spot and future trading? So, I mean, perps, you can use leverage, right? Spot is basically you buy and hold. Okay, Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a rejection here. The bulls would want to see us hold on to the uptrending anchored VWAP. Wiki, wiki, wiki. What if we reject from here? Will you add to your short? No, guys. I'm very, 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 and say it with me, very, very, very comfy in my shorts. I'm looking to add, but not here. I have 3 different short positions open on Bitcoin. I have one at 66.8 that I took on BTCC within the community. I have another one above 80. I have another one just below 80. I am very comfy, my friends. Hourly is looking kind of shaky. Yes. Yes, it is. But there's still 30 minutes until the hourly candle closes. We check on MU again. Yeah, no, guys, don't be silly here. If there's no sweep, if there's no, this is not a short. The shorting opportunity that I was looking at here, guys, right here. But we reclaimed the downtrending anchored VWAP. Therefore, there is no entry on this. This is a long, actually. This is a long trigger, not a short. Bitcoin will hit 89K. I firmly believe that we will see Bitcoin hit $89,000 again. I really do, but not anytime soon. Give me a push above 150 on SpaceX and I'll consider. Legends, if you want to join the community and see when I take my next trade, remember, you do have the first link in the description down below. DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram if you'd like to join. It's where I share all of my own stuff, guys, and the only requirement is that you're trading on these exchanges down below. That's it. Jay Beers, I don't like MU because it held on to its VWAP, man. Look at this. This is not something I want to short here. Maybe up here. But like, really? This is bullish to me. Is this the part of the cycle where market makers are trying to bore everyone to death and make them quit crypto? I think so, man. I think so. Legends, you heard me intro it in my latest video yesterday. I'm doing my best to keep you guys entertained, to keep you guys level-headed in this market. But it's very, very difficult. It's even hard for someone like myself that's so used to just always monitoring the charts. Like, I'm doing my best, but at the end of the day, you can only help yourself, right? You can only help yourself. And if you decide that now, over the next few months, you're going to give up on crypto when we are likely establishing a bear market bottom, unfortunately, you only have yourself to blame. I know it's boring. I know it's difficult, but you got to live with it. These are the times that provide us the best opportunities. You don't want to be screaming and buying Bitcoin aggressively when we're back above $100,000. Not financial advice. These are just my thoughts. I think that Bitcoin, gets back to what it's been doing structurally. Bull market, bear market. It's very clear. QC Porto, I really like your videos. Keeps us updated. Yeah, I'm doing my best with the videos, guys. Rotating between videos and live streams. You don't trade the market you want, you trade the market you get. Exactly, Mikhail. Exactly. Should I short SpaceX at $150? You can do whatever your heart desires. Hey Matt, what do you think of a hype short on a retest of $60? For me personally, with hype, I would like to see us push higher than that. Because we have a lot of local liquidity on hype at around $62. Can it be good for a scalp? Maybe. But I'd like to see us push in this premium zone up here. Jonathan Miller, hi guys. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Comfy in our boring old shorts, says Rhino Bull. Yes, we are, sir. Yes, we are. Bro, can you look at oil for a bit? Yeah, looks okay. Guys, you can trade oil. You can trade everything on Bluffin. Honestly, it's one of the best platforms. Can we look at SpaceX? Yes, we already have done. So the thing with SpaceX is you're getting those wicks above the value area low of the previous range. So could you look at Rocket Lab? What the heck is that, guys? Who do you see that do that, Matt? Not sure I understand your question. Still trying to hold above the uptrending anchored VWAP, guys. We're trying, guys. We're trying. You know, Legends, I think that a lot of altcoins are looking pretty juicy for some downside. Woof! Doge could get a nice short squeeze, actually. Krypton Dawn, I can do a backflip. Metzger, can you show your volume, please? I don't see why the point of control is 64.2. The point of control is not 64.2. It's at 63.9. You know what's one we haven't checked in a while? Zcash. Sorry, I'm just updating the community right now. 1 second. Let's go, Bitcoin. I'm telling you guys, as long as we hold above the uptrending anchored VWAP, we can push higher. Come on. Come on. Suddenly, the 4 hour doesn't look so bad. We got 1 hour and 10 minutes left. But, yeah, guys. This looks like it wants to push higher. Crypto, okay guys, I want to address something here because Crypto K91, let's talk about it guys, let's talk about it. Crypto K91, I'm assuming that you tried to join the community. He says, and this is good for everyone to know, he says, where is it? $500 to join the group, that's outrage. Crypto K91. Legends, if you're paying attention now and you've been thinking about joining my community, there is a minimum deposit of $500. This money does not go to me. It is your money that you use for trading. This helps filter out, number one, a lot of gamblers. Number two, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you don't have over $500 to trade with, my community is not for you. Just plain and simple, it's not for you. I would recommend trading the market. Maybe you use my analysis as Bitcoin's pumping here. Lovely, lovely. I would recommend trading the market and building up your capital before you decide to join my community. The community is a community where you trade with your own money, and 500 is the minimum. We have tons of members that are actually trading with hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm fortunate to say this because I think my swing trading and the overall view of the market, because I play it on the higher time frame, accommodates people with a little bit more capital. So if that sounds like you, I would recommend you join the group. But if you're trading with a very minimal amount of capital, I would honestly recommend that you just build up your capital before joining the community. It's not worth it to you if you're trading with less than $500. I'm just keeping it real, guys. It's money that you trade with. Okay, so Bitcoin swept the highs, guys. Again, is this a short trigger is the question. On the 15-minute time frame, I want to see us close above 63,715. Let's keep on getting closes above here, and we're looking pretty decent. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. Don't toy with me like that. Pump it, baby. Pump it. Pump it. Cat from Rastat, are you thinking to short, pump, or long? I would recommend you join the community. Have you ever borrowed money with crypto collateral to buy more crypto and waited for the bull market? No, I haven't, and that is very, very risky. A lot of interesting things are developing here, legends. Remember what we discussed. This price action that we're seeing now for Bitcoin looks very, very similar to 2018. The resemblance is just uncanny. I think we're here. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba. Pump it. Hey, legends, who was saying the 1 hour candle? Who was saying the 1 hour candle was looking sketchy? I don't want to jinx it, but we got 1 more minute, guys. Who was saying the 1 hour candle was looking sketchy? I don't know, my friends. That doesn't look that sketchy to me. Holding right at that uptrending anchored VWAP. I would say that this is probably the opposite of sketchy. Akira Yagami, good thing I am long from 63,000. Good thing you are long from 63,000. Good thing we are long from 58,000. I would look to add to this long at some point, but definitely not here. Let's see. Do you own any stocks? Tons of stocks, guys. Yeah. Legends. We have jeez, man. Some people, look at this. Look at this. Guys, I'm literally charting and Jonathan Miller says, my question's not being answered. Bye. My man, give me a break. I'm doing my best to get back to all of you, but like, there's 400 of you guys watching, and while I do appreciate it, I'm doing my best to answer everyone. Let's go through some comments now. Where is your point, coach? Where would you add? So my game plan is if Bitcoin can really move higher, like properly higher, I would want to see us all the way back above 66, all the way up into this zone for me to add to my big swing shorts. However, more locally, this is an interesting zone for a scalp. And I would take one of the smaller shorts that I took and I would add to this position, which we took in the community at $66,800, right? So I think that that's an interesting zone. Let's go through it. I hope QC Porto, hope we break 64K. I hope so too. I would say that shorting around 65.1 is more safe. So the thing is, Unio, probably. Oh, nice pump, guys. I love this. Love it, love it, love it, love it. We're at the point of control now, guys. As soon as you hold above this uptrending anchored VWAP, that is the sign that we can see that push higher. Hey, Matsura, I was wondering if you had any opinions on leaving a limit buy sell and waiting for them to hit, or should you always be watching when you enter your trade? Look, if you want to do that with spot portfolio, for example, you have your orders stacked when Bitcoin let's say below 55K, below 50K, below 45K, maybe they never get filled, but if you're comfortable with the risk you're taking, that's okay. From a leverage trading perspective, for the most part, I don't use limits. I prefer to watch the market operate and watch the market play out in front of me before I take my trades. Because if all of a sudden Bitcoin starts pumping with massive volume and I'm looking for a short at a zone, I don't want to take that trade if I see that spot is following. There's a lot of spot buying. It's not just perps that are bringing the market forward. So there's a lot to the confluence before you actually want to enter a leverage trade, which is why I don't personally use limits on leverage trades. Some people do and they have success with it. I would prefer not to. Every time before you take a trade, you are visibly nervous. It is natural. Not really, man. I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I just kind of get quiet and I lock in. I'm updating. Keep in mind on the live stream, I'm also updating the community if I'm looking at something. Hey, Legend, your posts in the group are incredibly professional. They are generally educational, insightful, and always a pleasure to read. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've invested a lot of money into this industry over the years, and unfortunately I've lost a lot along the way too. I used to scalp, but after switching to swing trading, that's when I came across you. I really hope you make it to 9 figures in this black hole one day. Oh, I lost you. As long as you don't forget about us in the process. Of course I won't. Guys, I'm going to keep updating you. The only thing that I can say, some of you asked me, okay, what's the end game? There will be a period probably where I'm posting less on YouTube and I'm just updating my community and I'm taking my trades within my community. I think that that's a great way to do things. So right now we're getting a little bit of hesitancy at that point of control of this range. So you can see that we wicked above it, this turquoise line, 63.9. Bitcoin just about hit $64,000. Are you still on vacation or are you back at home? I'm not at home because my home is technically Dubai, but I am traveling and I still have my studio. If you don't know me, I basically book studios whenever I travel so I can film the content for you guys. I like to have a good setup. There will be a period probably in August or end of August into September where I'll go a week without live streams. Yes, you heard that right. There'll be quick video updates. But aside from that, yeah, I'm pretty much back, guys. Krypton Don says bye. Jonathan, the baddie got upset. Matsir, I saw that rude guy. You don't owe anything. Some people are unbelievable. Now answer my question in the next 5 seconds or leave. People love to complain. No worries. Personal issues, bye. You are doing great, my friend. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I could see that most of you guys are Go on, Bitcoin pump, baby. Yeah, I hope we keep on going, legends. CBM is the lighthouse. He's never visibly nervous, in my opinion. CBM, where would you put your stop loss for a new position, not adding to a short? That's interesting. So, it's tricky, but probably if I'm taking a scalp, a quick scalp, above these local highs. See how we have these two local clusters here? Probably above 64.5, somewhere in that zone. Let's take a look at the local liquidity as Bitcoin pumps, legends. Things are getting exciting. We got some longs jumping in. I love to see it, legends. This is it. This is it. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Point of control rejection. I would rather wait till a little bit higher. I bought tons of Bitcoin when it was at 55K, watched it pump to 126K, sold nothing, and now I decided I just can't buy, and oops, lost you. And I have to short. You don't have to do anything, man. I mean, if you're into this for the very, very long term, I still think that Bitcoin has a very strong future ahead of itself. Question, if I join Kraken with your affiliate but mainly spot bi-weekly, is that okay? I want to ease my way into trading with Kraken funded. I mean, yeah, you can do that if you'd like to. If you're already trading on Kraken, we can transfer you into my referral. Open interest continues going up, going down, while futures and spot CVD is going up. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the CVD, legends. This music has fired me up now. So this is the footprint. Open interest is going down. CVD is going up. I will film a tutorial on this. I owe you guys one. Bullish CVD was playing out. Now we go 4-hour time frame. How are we looking? This bullish CVD did play out. We have tons of longs aping in on Bybit. Oof. Interesting. Legends. 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 I have some very unfortunate news. I really need to use the washroom, and you know what happens when I need to use the washroom. So I'm not sure if if it makes sense to enter a short here, but you know the drill. You know the drill. I will go to the washroom. I will be right back. Grab a little coffee as well. Give me like 2-3 minutes. We've been at it for around 2 hours and 20 minutes. By the way, if you've been enjoying the live stream, smash that like button, subscribe. I think we're getting close to a pretty interesting zone where I would add to one of my smaller shorts. And we'll cover it. We'll cover it, guys. I need to use the washroom. I will be back. Please, Bitcoin, don't do anything while I'm gone. Why'd you guys dump it? What are you doing? What are you doing, guys? Unreal. It's always the same. All right, legends. All right, legends. So Bitcoin is doing what Bitcoin likes to do. Someone asked about the Clarity Act. What if it passes in September? Guys, I don't think that you should be trading the market based on these hypotheticals. Let's put it simply. Does it make sense to own crypto assets? The answer is yes. We are getting towards those bear market lows, in my opinion. So if you like crypto and you want crypto exposure, get some. But does it make sense to bet the farm on the Clarity Act passing, considering there's only a 20% chance in 2026? No. I don't operate in hypotheticals. How did the call with the market makers go, Matt? Guys, the market makers, I have to tell you a little secret. Unfortunately, and I tried to reason with them, I really did, but the market makers said that they're going to wreck both sides of the market. I really, really tried. I begged. I said, please just give us a clear direction. And the market makers said, it's too damn bad because we're going to continue chopping around and we're going to wreck both sides of the market, whether you like it or not. I did my best, guys, but they're not easy to negotiate with. Hi, can Bitcoin pull back from here? Yes, it can. Bitcoin can do anything. Exactly. Thomas knows my answers. Bitcoin can do anything it wants. Woohoo! Woo! You guys see that pump? Now we're talking, legends. You guys see that? I was fixing my glasses and 15-minute close. We're at 64K, legends. Now we're talking. You know it's crazy when a swing trader gets excited about a $200 move on Bitcoin. This is not in my nature, but it's exciting when you see it on stream. Mario Kart music, yes. Ah, it's so cold in here. Four-hour RSI. I'm not one to do RSI, but we can. I like this. All right. Someone says Gareth Soloway said above 70K. I would love that, guys. Drinking an iced coffee and I'm freezing. You know, volume is also increasing. A couple more $100, and if I see those imbalances that I'm looking for, Michael, I don't need to learn anything, man. I haven't entered a new trade, my man. SpaceX is popping to the upside. Absolutely popping. All right, Michael. Michael Wu is the expert. Michael, tell me when to short, man. Tell me when to short, Michael. I'm looking to add to my already existing short in this market. I have one here. I'm going to enter with a little bit smaller size, assuming Bitcoin can move up another couple $100. Me in Walmart yelling pump it while everyone around me is questioning my sanity. That doesn't mean we can't go to 68K. I agree. I agree, man. I agree. Totally agree, guys. Look, we talked about the scenario. This is actually here. I actually think something like this can occur. Drop back up. Like, this is not uncommon. Michael, I agree. I am looking at 64 too. That's like my key zone, guys. The reason is probably different from what Michael is looking at, but it's the downtrending anchored VWAP along with the 200-week moving average plus all of that local liquidity. The fact that we see that a lot of Bybit longs are jumping in. Volume isn't increasing though. Legends, if you want to join the community and see how I've been operating in this market, how I've been trading from a swing trading perspective, I also am starting to post a little bit more scalps in my group. Make sure to DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram to join my private community. It's where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. Full transparency, you need to sign up with any of these affiliate exchange links down below and you start trading on there as you normally do. Kraken and BTCC are a little bit different in the sense of if you already have accounts on these platforms, we can transfer you under my referral. SpaceX is ripping. Legend, is it possible that Bitcoin goes a little bit higher? Yes, it is totally possible, guys. So one sec. It is totally possible. The only thing that I would say is I'm not looking to enter a new short, but rather add to my existing. See this one, average entry 66.8. I'm probably going to add to this trade because it's a smaller trade compared to my big shorts. For the big shorts, I want to add to these positions if we squeeze up higher, like properly higher. Michael says, I think don't rush to enter short. We must see the confirmation on the 1 minute time frame. Michael, my man, even in my scalping days, I was not really looking at the 1 minute time frame. That's pretty crazy, Michael. Legends, you're asking me about targets, like, is it possible 65? Is 67 possible? Yes, yes, and yes. Let me just reiterate my thoughts on the market, Legends. I still think that Bitcoin can chop around, wrecking both sides of the market. Here are all of my active trades in the market. Now pay attention, especially if you're new tuning into the live stream. This is why I'm so comfortable. Number one, I have a big Bitcoin short, which is currently looking like this down below, 600K. I have a Tau short position, 100K. I have a Bitcoin long position, entry $58,000. This is like my only long exposure in the market. If you don't count my spot Bitcoin, 90. Then I have a Bitcoin short taken from 81. Then I have a much smaller Bitcoin short at $66,800. This is the one that I'm going to add to my position because the other ones, I would rather wait until Bitcoin crawls up a little bit higher for me to justify adding to those positions. So this is the first one that I'm willing to add to. And it's right at around here that I'm willing to add. That's how my positions are looking in this market. Nothing has changed. All these trades were shared within my community. If you'd like to join and see how a swing trader does it, you can using the first link in the description down below. It's on Telegram. You click this, it'll bring you to this page. You click send message and you DM me the keyword BTC. From a swing trading perspective, it's been a while since I've actually done anything big because the price has just been chopping around. So we're very, very close to these levels. 64.4 up here. You have legend trades. Yes, I do. But like I said, guys, I've also incurred some losses along the way. Every trader does. RSI is up there, guys. I know a lot of you like looking at the RSI. It is up there. Oof, I'm chilly, man. But I'm really enjoying this coffee. Feels like it keeps me sharp. We've been yapping for 3 hours so far. But I'll tell you guys what. I'm going to be taking some more live trades on the stream. I know that some of you appreciate it. I know that some of you are in the community and you want to watch me do it live, so no worries. I think we do it. Give me the top. Give me the top, legends. Michael, I don't use RSI typically, but someone pointed it out, so I brought it up. Hey Matt, do you have hedge mode enabled on Bluffin, or do you find it useful? Yes, 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 and yes. Guys, if you're on any of the platforms that I'm trading on, enable hedge mode before you take any trades. Enable hedge mode. This is not financial advice, but hedge mode allows you to play both longs and shorts in the market. On weeks, I have it enabled. You can see I have a Bitcoin short and I have a Bitcoin long. On Bluffin, unfortunately, okay, we tapped into it, guys. We tapped into it. On Bluffin, unfortunately, I entered my trades before I had hedge mode enabled, which basically means you have to close your existing trades before you can enable it. So once these two trades are closed, then I will enable hedge mode. But I made the mistake of not enabling it. I might do X8 Trend. X8 Trend doesn't say much, but he often sends the goat emoji. I appreciate you, my man. I see your comments on the videos. I really do appreciate it. How do you enable hedge mode? So basically you go here, you scroll up, you go to this little icon near the dark mode. You click here, and then you click position mode, and then you can adjust it in there. SpaceX 150. Blowfin date finished yesterday from the link in your description. What do you mean finished yesterday, Neil? I don't know. Legends, I mean, this is a pretty significant 4-hour candle. We are in the zone. Hey, Legends. Legends. What are your plans for the red zone? My plans for the red zone are to add to one of my existing shorts. Will you wait for SFP setup on Bitcoin short? Are you eyeing? No, this isn't an SFP setup. It's more of a local one. I'm not looking for an SFP here. Although if we did get an SFP from these levels, it would be very, very interesting. Cat from Restat. Can we face rejection at this point? Yes, we can. Life by Lauren May. Will we get green before September? It's possible. We know that usually August is a bearish month, but because the relief rally for Bitcoin wasn't that big in July compared to previous bear markets, maybe August ends up turning a corner. We've been hovering between plus 1%, minus 1%. Let's see. Guys, SFP is a swing failure pattern. I see in the 1 minute time frame still bullish, bro. So risk if take short now, must wait confirmation. That is market structure. Michael, I respect you saying that you see it still being bullish, and while that is perfectly valid, I would much prefer if you weren't referring to the 1 minute time frame. I am not a degen, guys. I used to be, but I can assure you that I don't look at the 1 minute time frame for confirmation. 24 hours closed in red. Let it run until exhausted, coming back down 63,493. Take profits where you're comfortable. Let's see. Andy is watching 64.5. Yeah. Let's see, guys. I'm waiting for a few $100 higher. Mr. Comfy the legend. Yes, sir. I think it's too early to call a rejection here, guys. We Purchase Media, we had the 4-hour close above the downtrending anchored VWAP. Check this out, guys. Sorry, guys. If I go quiet on the live stream, it's because I'm probably sending a message to the community. If you're in my community, you just received my message. Basically, guys, closing above the anchored VWAP like this can be seen as a strong candle close. This is maybe making the case for a reclaim. Let's see. Let's see, guys. Where am I pulling the VWAP from? Guys, if you ever see VWAPs, it's always from local pivots in the market. So this VWAP was taken from $66,800. This is the one where I'm willing to add to my position. 66,889. In the community, we shorted Bitcoin right here, and the receipts are there. We found the magical perfect top. I don't know. If we closed below, I would have maybe taken a stab here. But because we closed above the anchored VWAP, I don't know. I think we chop. Gary Sky. Gary Sky. Where is Gary Sky? Gary Sky. Where's your question? I saw it somewhere. I lost it now. Thoughts on taking a large short on MicroStrategy and holding it through what appears to be the likely bottom of the bear market when it comes. I'd rather just trade Bitcoin, my man. I really don't have thoughts on MicroStrategy. I don't believe in what Saylor is doing. I believe in Bitcoin as an asset. If Bitcoin goes down, does MicroStrategy go down? Yes, highly likely, but I'd rather just trade Bitcoin. And same thing with the upside. A lot of people will say, okay, well, MicroStrategy could maybe provide more upside if Bitcoin does well. And while that might be true, it's also the reverse. I'd rather just own the underlying asset. So I'd rather trade the asset and I'd rather own the underlying asset. Doesn't mean you can't make money with it. Of course you can, right? What's your inputs for the VWAP? I would recommend you check earlier in the stream. We covered this already. See deep pullback, guy. Take it. This is not a deep pullback. I think this week we get more volatility, my friends. SpaceX reclaimed the high. This is not a reclaim, this is a sweep so far. But that's a very strong candle again. I would not, like, if we're closing above the uptrend, the downtrending anchored VWAP, I'm not interested. I'm going to update on SpaceX as well. 1 second. In the community. Legends, if you want to join the community where I share all of my updates in the market, remember, just DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram. It's where you get access to all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. I am a swing trader, but I'm putting my scalping hat on at least temporarily. I think that the market will continue to chop around, and I think that what we're seeing on the higher time frames is pretty similar to what we experienced in 2018. You know, I've been trading crypto since 2017, and I think what we're seeing is very, very similar. Peter says, great job. I love you. Thank you, Peter. I love you too. Hype 59. Pump. Very interesting market, to say the least. I think volatility will increase here. Wow. Very even. Manly's barbecue, yes, that chart is coin glass. Our recent community updates more for potential scalps and swings. So guys, I'm a swing trader, but in this kind of market, I think that it's going to be better for scalps. So I might put my scalping hat back on. Matt, I joined today. I actually watched your vid intensely for the first time. All I can say is, wow, you are the GOAT. Thank you so much. Guys, I really, really appreciate the support. I love what I do, guys. I genuinely wake up in the morning looking very forward to these live streams. I wake up on a Monday and I'm fired up to be with you guys as the stock market opens, as the crypto market develops. It's awesome. What is the blue line? Matt, the blue line here, which we discussed before. Let's get this RSI out of the way. The blue line is the downtrending anchored VWAP. The downtrending anchored VWAP is something that I take from local pivots in the market, and it tends to provide some strong reactions. So, for example, here we wicked above it, closed back below. Wicked above it, closed back below. Here we made it above. I'm hoping that we get another wick and then we'll close back below here. The downtrending anchored VWAP is very, very useful. You can see that it can pose as potential resistance. So I like to use this in my analysis. And actually, if you're new to the channel, this is where we took the most recent short. Literally at the Pico top, $66,800. That downtrending anchored VWAP was gorgeous. And this was taken from the pivot at $82,000. We tapped into it. That was a short entry for me. Average price, $66,800. Easy trade, in my opinion. Matt, are you in a scalp right now? No, I am not. I am not in a scalp right now, but I'm looking to take it. The one thing that's interesting is that the selling pressure from the Coinbase side of things is persisting. Like, it's pretty significant selling pressure. So today we got a little bit of a short squeeze, and you can see that although longs are entering, there's a lot of short interest as well. 64, like normally you want to see long, like if you're looking for a really good short, you want to see a bunch of longs chasing. And that's not necessarily what we're seeing today. This looks a little bit like a stronger move. So I am preparing some new trades within the community. I've talked about them on the stream, but when I actually take these trades, I share it with you in the group. So if you'd like to join, just DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram, and I'd be more than happy to add you to my private group. It's where I share all of my own personal trades and my overall market analysis. You click send message and DM me the keyword BTC. Hey Matt, are you using... I don't understand your question. So game plan for me, I want to see a squeeze higher here. We're kind of holding. I don't like the fact that, like if I was going for a short, I don't like the fact that the 4-hour candle closed in such a bullish fashion above the anchored VWAP. But you can see that this actually happened over here. Check this out. Maybe I'm wrong. Check it out. Check it out. We're talking about inches here, but inches matter in the game of trading. So check this. Look how much I'm zooming in. This previous candle, we closed above the downtrending anchored VWAP, and the next 4-hour candle followed with a big, violent wick to the upside. That's ultimately what I'm looking for here. If we can get another squeeze higher, I'm happy to add to this existing short, targeting around the 62K level, and then I might look to pivot. Now we see, do we get that squeeze up? Do we get that squeeze up? Best case scenario, we pump up 0.5%. Legends, I want to share something with you very, very interesting. Pay attention. So you guys have heard me talk about like wicks before and how they work, but the reason why you like looking at the charts like this and you want to pay attention to the wicks specifically is because usually if you create an aggressive wick to the downside or to the upside, you can fill most of that wick, and if price doesn't close below the wick, it's actually a bullish sign. So what I mean by this, and I talked about this in the community a while back, it's been a while since we addressed this though. Take a look at, what do you notice on this Bitcoin price action? We have one wick in particular that suggests that we could have had a significant or a little move, maybe not significant, but a move to the upside was brewing. And that wick is the wick from August 13th. And why, you might ask? Big long wick to the downside. It's a green candle. And some of you may think, okay, this means reversal immediately. Not necessarily. But notice all of the previous 4-hour candles after that. Take a look at this. I will take a magnet at the bottom of this wick. What do you notice? Not a single 4-hour candle close below this wick. Did we drop below it? Yes. But the actual body of the candle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Price was not able to close below this, telling us that there was going to be some sort of momentum to the upside here. So pay attention to the wicks. It doesn't automatically mean that you have to reverse because, oh, big wick to the downside. I see a lot of people making this mistake. But from a structural perspective, the fact that we could not get single 4-hour candle closes below this level was a pretty good sign that this zone was going to hold. Looks a bit tired here, I agree. I agree in terms of exhaustion. But how could you know that at the time? Obviously, you can't. It's impossible to know ahead of time, guys. But this is the first sign. When you get a huge wick to the downside and then there's buying pressure and the candle still ends up closing green, it suggests that this is a demand zone. And so long as price does not close above, it suggests that we can see momentum to the upside. So from a trading setup, let's say you wanted to take a long, well, you can wait for us to go ahead and fill the wick, and you can have your stop below a previous pivot like this one over here. But this suggests reversal in terms of not being able to get the candle body below the wick. This isn't like a, you see this, okay, automatic long entry. Sometimes we do pump right away, but the point is, because we did not manage to close below, it always suggested that we could get a little move to the upside here. Do you pay some extra to have the stream ad free? Do I pay extra? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, I do have YouTube Premium, if that's what you're asking. I don't have ads on my channel. I've talked about this before. Most channels, they just want views. And obviously, if I'm making content, I want views. But I don't have ads activated on my channel, and I plan to keep it this way. I make my money trading the market, right? So I don't really need YouTube revenue, even if, you know, the live stream right now has a total of just under 4,000 views and there's 350 of you guys watching. I could have ads enabled, but why, right? Why? I don't need the ads. I don't need the ad revenue, let's say. And with Bitcoin now chopping around at these highs, I'm still waiting for confirmation, because we have some shorts that have jumped in here because of this previous 4-hour candle. I'm not that eager to add to my positions yet. I'm looking forward to adding to them, but for now, no. For now, no. So I'll keep monitoring the price action. Maybe later I'll play some tennis today or do something like that. Go to the gym after I have some food. And yeah, I mean, let's see what comes out of this, guys. Let's see what comes out of this. There is no trigger for me yet. This is the general zone where I'm looking to, you know, add to my smaller Bitcoin short. The reason why I'm choosing my smaller Bitcoin short is because I do think that Bitcoin can push up higher, and maybe a rejection looks something like a pop up, come back down, another push towards the highs. And I'd like to look to add to my existing shorts at much higher levels because I don't want to ruin the average entry, right? This one though, it's a smaller position in the market, so I'm happy to toy around with it a little bit. But because we closed above the uptrending or the downtrending anchored VWAP, I still think this can maybe squeeze out. Hey Matt, do you ever check the 5-second chart? You're joking, right? Do you think you could become a profitable scalpers with the coins that pump 50% in a day trading the 1-minute chart? It's possible, guys. I'm not going to say that that's impossible. All I will say, though, is that it's not something that I personally do. Are you familiar with that lower time frame? When I was a scalper, I traded lower time frame, but not 5-second chart. You're basically gambling, guys. If you're trading the 5-second chart, you're gambling, right? You're gambling. No ads since Matt's YouTube is not being monetized. Yeah, exactly, guys. I don't monetize my YouTube. I have no ads on the channel. There's no ads here. Is it cold in Canada? It's not bad. It's like 20 degrees or so. Pretty optimal for sports, I must say. But I will be going back to Dubai relatively soon. Legends, I think that's a wrap for today's live stream. I'm looking at a couple of different crypto assets to basically short, although I still think that we can push higher. SpaceX is also closing or trying to close above its downtrending anchored VWAP. If it does, definitely not a trigger for a short trade for me. Base case is still the same, but because of the overall risk in the market, because of the social risk looking very similar to 2018, because of the price action looking very similar to 2018 in terms of us sweeping the low at the beginning of the year, I don't really see a need for us to break down here aggressively or push up aggressively. I think that we're going to be range bound. I think it's going to be an environment for scalping, for now at least, and I'm going to maintain my big swing short in this market, my big swing positions. Any updates to my trades, any new trades I take outside of the live stream and my video updates are always shared within my community. If you want to see what I'm doing in this market, remember to DM me the keyword BTC on Telegram. I'd be more than happy to add you guys into the group. If you're already trading on Kraken and BTCC, we can transfer you under my referral. Very easy to do. This just basically means that you don't need to create a new account. That's a wrap for today's live streams, legends. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, and we'll have another live stream tomorrow. I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Have a lovely Monday.